Okay, you're going to pull me away from my cleaning cycle in order to try to explain this to you. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you from the book. American Rabbit Breeders Association. This has actually had decades of study. You can add hay, but this is the problem. When you add nutrients to the rabbit's diet, one would want to feed a good quality legume hay, and this would add protein, carbohydrates, and vitamins. And you could add fiber to the diet, you'd want to use a poor quality grass hay or legume hay, and it's important to understand that hay alone will not meet the minimum nutritional requirements of the rabbit. Also, when adding hay to a balanced commercial diet, there is the possibility of unbalancing the diet and not meeting minimal nutritional requirements of the rabbit, which is why a properly balanced pellet can be fed by itself. It's very important that one totally understands the nutrient composition of the commercial pellet that is being used and what one intends to accomplish by adding hay to the diet. If one has available a good quality pellet that has a guaranteed minimum fiber content above 16%, it may not be necessary to add hay to the diet. It may not be necessary. Commercial pellets that have a guaranteed 16% minimum coarsely ground fiber will be sufficient in fiber-producing rabbits, even Angoras, to keep the wool blockage to a minimum. And my personal recommendation on Angoras is go ahead and give them a couple chunks of papaya a week, and that'll also help with wool block issues. All right, there's a few reasons here why you might want to add hay. It adds nutrients to the ration, thereby reducing the amount of commercial pellets used and total cost to feed. They also grow slower. To add fiber to the ration with the purpose of lowering total caloric consumption to reduce incidence of enterinitis. This is also may help if you got a fat bunny, but then also cut back on the pellets. And if they're having lots of gastric issues, it might just be a cull anyway. To provide the enjoyment to the rabbit and decrease boredom. I do give mine hay to play in, because usually there's wasted, they don't eat it. Disadvantages of feeding hay are as follows. The process is very time-consuming and may be of little importance to the hobbyist with few rabbits. Time is money to the commercial grower, and feeding hay daily is time-consuming and cost in money and labor. This is true. Although, honestly, if I was to do as you guys say and feed 80% hay, my costs would go down significantly because I live in the middle of Indiana, and I can get hay easy and cheap and good quality. So, for me, it would actually be cheaper to feed hay. It must be fed daily to ensure that rabbit consumes approximately the same amount each day. Alterations in daily feed intake enhances incidence of enterinitis, which is why a balanced pellet is better. Hay is messy to feed, placing on the bottom, they're just going to poop in it. Wool and fiber-producing rabbits can become contaminated with the forage. Hay of good uniform quality that is free of insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, and mold is difficult to locate and may be expensive. Hay may be contaminated with infective coccidia eggs or other pathogenic disease-causing bacteria. Every incidence I've had of a rabbit death this year has been directly in correlation of me giving them hay about a week prior, which is why I'm really considering